Today I want to talk about how we can change our lives, how true change actually looks like. And based on my experience, true change happens when we change our mindset, because it is our mind, our self-image, our subconscious mind creating reality for us. That is why we have a mind, so we can create. Now, based on the world we currently live in, our self-image is predominantly negative for most people. It definitely was for me. That is also why I saw a really negative reality. I created a negative reality based on my negative self-image. So you can view your subconscious mind as a collection of experiences, memories, what you have learned, what you heard other people say, based on what your parents taught you, teachers taught you, friends said to you. That is basically your subconscious mind. And what we have to understand about our subconscious mind is that it's not hidden from us. We can see it in our reality. It's literally straight in our faces every single day because the subconscious creates reality. So what you see in your reality is a product of your subconscious. That is how you know how your subconscious mind works. For example, when you have a belief in your subconscious mind that you are not good enough, you will see that play out in your reality every single second of every single day. When you are, for example, going into a job interview, you will see that belief play out because you will think, oh my gosh, I won't get this job because I'm not good enough. I feel so anxious going into this because this is never going to work out for me. I'm not good enough. I don't have any value and worth. Or when you are going for a first date with somebody, you will go into that date thinking, oh my gosh, I'm not lovable. I'm not good enough. That person is not going to like me. Because that belief is creating reality for you. This belief is determining how you think and feel, behave and act on a daily basis. So in order to change, truly change our reality, we need to change our mindset. We need to change our subconscious mind. There are so many things we are doing on a daily basis that we do subconsciously. For example, brushing our teeth in the morning. We don't do that consciously. We don't go into the bathroom and we are saying to ourselves, okay, now I'm going to lift my right hand. I'm going to pick up my toothbrush. Now I'm going to take the toothpaste. Now I'm going to open the toothpaste and put it onto my toothbrush. We don't do that. We don't go through that conscious process of brushing our teeth. We just do it subconsciously because we have learned it. We have programmed our subconscious mind how to brush our teeth, so it doesn't have to be a conscious effort anymore. And it works the same for literally anything else. 95% of our life is lived subconsciously. And it's actually a pretty good thing. It's a really, really good thing because it would be exhausting to think about what we are doing all the time, every little step we take. However, if our mind is programmed negatively, we will see it in our reality and it is going to create a negative reality for us. And that is what we have to change. So based on my experience, I always had this belief of not being good enough, not being worthy, not being successful, not being worthy of earning money, whatever negative belief you could think of, that was programmed into my subconscious mind. And that was the reality I was experiencing. Now, my reality changed the moment I changed my mindset, the moment I understood that I have ultimate control over what I think about on a daily basis. So what I did was I learned to observe my mind. Because our subconscious mind, again, is not hidden from us. It's there 24/7. The mind, it doesn't shut up. It's on all the time. So what you have to do is take some time out of your day, sit on your sofa or on your bed and you do nothing. And you will find that thoughts will come up. Even though you're not actively consciously thinking, thoughts will still pop up. And that is your subconscious for you. It doesn't stop. It's always on. And that is when you can learn to observe your mind. Just sit and be and observe the thoughts like clouds in the sky. And you will be surprised at the thoughts that will actually come up. To give you an example from my life, every time I would take a shower in the morning, I would have a lot of negative internal chatter. And I would just listen to the chatter and I would get so emotional. It was like I was having these imaginative internal conversations with people, unresolved anger, sadness, whatever it was at the time. And that was all my subconscious mind. Until I recognized what I was doing, I created this awareness of, hold on a second, I just want to take a shower. Why am I thinking like this? Like, where are these thoughts coming from? Where are these conversations coming from? Why is my mind doing that? Because I'm not consciously doing it. And this is where we need to create awareness. Awareness is everything. Awareness is key. Because when you don't have awareness of what you're thinking on a daily basis, how will you ever change your life? We always know exactly what we are doing every single day. We know our behaviors, we know our habits, our patterns, we know it, we are aware of it, but we choose to ignore it oftentimes. And then once you learn to observe your mind, observe your thoughts, and you create this understanding of what you're actually thinking about on a daily basis, this is where you can consciously come in and change it, affirm something different. For example, let's say you go into a job interview. Your mind is telling you, oh my gosh, I'm not good enough. I'm not going to get that job. This is where you have a choice. You can either listen to it, create the emotion of sadness and, yeah, I'm not good enough. I can't do this, anxiety and stress. Or you can consciously disagree with it. And you can say in your mind, actually, that is not true. I am good enough. And I'm going to go into this job interview believing in myself because I have value. And that company would be so lucky to have me working for them. That is how you have to shift your self-image consciously until you believe it. Until the belief of not being good enough is not as strong anymore and you can completely let it go. And you do it with continuous, every single day practice. Your mind doesn't just change overnight because it took a certain amount of time for you to program your mind to be negative in the first place. Maybe at some point in your childhood, somebody made you believe that you're not good enough and you took that belief with you all these years until the age you're at right now. Years and years and years and years and years of continuous, every single day programming that you're not good enough. The same way you're brushing your teeth every single morning. It's become a subconscious program for you. And it just takes some time to reprogram it, but you can do it consciously. And then we also have to think about how to protect our subconscious mind. That includes being mindful about what you watch on a daily basis, the information you're consuming. For example, your self-image, your subconscious mind has so many beliefs, programs, and patterns that are stopping you from moving forward in life. Just to give you another example, let's say you were in a relationship with somebody. That relationship ended. You then went on to somebody for advice and that person told you, oh yeah, you know, that ended, but that person is your twin flame or whatever, your soulmate, and you will find back to each other. Now, your subconscious mind took that information in. That is my twin flame, whatever that is supposed to mean. That is my soulmate. That is my person. Now, because you identify with what that person told you, that is going to be your reality, whether it's true or not. So from that moment on, from that moment you decide that that is going to be your truth, that is going to be part of your identity, your self-image, that is my twin flame, you are going to suffer because of that belief. Your subconscious mind is choosing to hold on to something that is not true and therefore creating suffering for you on a daily basis. Because that person might have actually not been the right person for you and that is why it ended. That would be the sensible thing to think. But no, the mind, the ego needs to create an attachment. And because of that attachment, you're going to suffer. And that is just one tiny example, but one example that I know is playing out in people's lives, in a lot of people's lives. So think about what you believe to be true on a daily basis. What belief are you holding on to, even though you know fully well it is not true and it is stopping you from moving forward? Whatever that is what you have to identify, and that is what you have to change. So change really happens once we admit to our own bullshit, what we are believing and listening to on a daily basis that is stopping us from moving forward. You have to be honest with yourself. Where do you hold yourself back? Because nobody can change your mind for you. That is something only you can do for yourself. I could only change my own mind. Other people could guide me and show me the way, but ultimately I had to do it. And the sooner you admit to what needs to change in your life, the quicker your life is going to change. So be mindful what you listen to, what you believe to be true. Create this awareness of your programs, your patterns, your loops, because that is what you see in your daily life on a daily basis. That is what's so beautiful about consciousness and how our world works. You can see it in your daily life every single day, every single second. You can see what you need to change because you are creating it. And when you find yourself in the same pattern, when things are repeating themselves over and over and over again, that is how you identify a pattern. And then you have to go back. Okay, what belief is in my subconscious mind that is creating this pattern? Why do I always attract people who are, for example, emotionally unavailable? What belief is that experience based on? What do I believe to be true? Is it that I'm not worthy of love? Is it that I'm not good enough? And that is what you have to change. It all circles back to whatever is in your subconscious mind, whatever you listen to on a daily basis, whatever you believe to be true, whatever you think about on a daily basis. That is creating your self-image. That is what your mind is projecting out into the world and what is going to reflect back to you, your experiences, your reality, the world you live in. So I just want you to be aware of what you are taking in, especially when it comes to external information. Question whether people are telling you the truth or not. Question whether what you're reading is the truth. You have to question everything, because if you don't, it becomes your reality. And a lot of information that is out there is actually quite negative, and it's not helping us in the slightest. Any information that is creating unhealthy attachments, any information that is simply feeding the ego, that is feeding power and all of that stuff, you can let that go. Because it's not helping you. It's not helping you to move forward. So my advice to you, what I do, sit on the sofa, do nothing, observe your mind, create an understanding of what is going on in your subconscious, and then you can change it because you choose what you think about. It is within your control. And your life is going to change quite quickly.